This is going to be a response video to Miguel. Oh man. For the past couple of days I've been asking okay, so for the past couple of days me, Kevin, and Jaden have been watching your updates, trying to figure out what is going to be our next step. Like how we're gonna handle this. I'm basically the guy that handles it, but they basically just give me advice. Gotta say, honestly, Kevin and Jaden, knowing the situation, knowing how much pressure they're under right now, for you continuously asking Kevin to make a response video, which I don't even feel he should, because he basically explained it. Don't believe me, we talked about it in Message to Miguel Part 2 on this channel. And as for Jaden, knowing that the fact that you keep blaming him for talking very bad things, and for the fact that I have, with this whole jailbroken thing between you and me, knowing that pressure that's under us, that unnecessary pressure, they have been giving me advice, and honestly, before I even go to this, I want to say thank you to both of them. Okay, so I'm going to start off with one topic that keeps going through my head, and that is the part where Miguel said that he joined back. He remembers that he joined Modium in 2012, when he was in 7th or 8th grade. Now I want to let you know something. He is wrong. You want to know why? Modium didn't even exist back then. Modium wasn't even created till like March of 2013. Because remember, in February of 2013, I left Random. That's another studio that was run by Miguel that him and Jaden created. But me and Jaden left and launched Modium Studios in March. We didn't want a studio at first, but we realized that we had no choice. So we launched our own studio, kept it up for a couple months. You found out about the studio in May, I think, because I remember there was Cinco de Mayo. You knew about, you just learned about Modium, and I heard you talking to Kevin saying that you wanted to be part of it. Then, moving forward just a couple of weeks, I think in June somewhere, I bring up the topic saying, hey, do you want to be a Modium? You say no. Then in July, I ask you again, hey, do you want to be a Modium? Because, you know, jailbroken's going to become a big thing, and I want Modium to help out with it. And he said yes, sure, so he signed on with us in July of 2013. That's where this whole Miguel thing started. He can continuously claim that he signed the contract in 2012, but in reality, we didn't even exist back then. If anything, he probably just signed a contract to Randomly Animated, and also, Jailbroken didn't even exist back then. So, that's what I mean. Moving forward to another topic, I want to actually prop Miguel again. He hasn't uploaded the threat. Honestly, I thought he would. And I was actually getting prepared to mention, like, my counter. But I'm honestly going to give props to Miguel because he hasn't done it. I'm pretty sure, like, he's going to do it. But maybe he won't. That's kind of how unpredictable this thing is getting. Alright, moving forward just a little bit. He states that Carson Hunter is ours now. Yay, but I also heard you later saying that you wanted to use the character. Truth is, why didn't you? I mean, you knew that you could also use Carson Hunter. I mean, at the time, 50% of the rights were for you. You could have used it, and yet you wanted exclusivity So instead of like sharing it, you just basically threw it at us because you didn't care. That's kind of what I'm thinking the character Miguel is going to get, and the Jailbroken storyline. Now, I want to say one thing. I have no intention on using the main Jailbroken storyline. Me, Joey, and Jaden are coming together to write the next 4, 5, 6, no, to write the next episodes 4, 5, and 6. In fact, we literally started like a couple hours ago. Me and Joey were just like throwing around a couple ideas. We're gonna continue and most likely finish Jailbroken the script episode 4 sometime tomorrow, and we're gonna most likely just start episode 5. We're gonna write it all down first, the first 3 episodes. Then we're gonna then we are gonna just look towards the future, like saying, okay, we have also Cop Ops. We're gonna definitely do that. Me and Jaden are throwing around the possibility of a Carson Hunter standalone film. We can now do that. So we're kind of like throwing around that possibility, like basically explaining. Because I want to say something. Carson Hunter is a very rich character. He's the mentor of this guy that was trained by him. Later in life, he lost his skills, so he asked the guy he mentored to train him. It's honestly unique. Like, when you really think about it, where did he get his training originally? Who is this character? How does he know these tactics? And what devoted him to do this? Like, it couldn't be from pure greed. He had, like, that's the thing with most crimes. Most of them are forced. You're forced in that kind of life. And I feel like that Carson Hunter was forced in that kind of life too. Or hell, he could be like Nathan Drake, where he is in it to search for treasure and basically have a ball. Like, unlock. Honestly, what I mean is that I haven't really decided, because here's the thing, in our new Jailbroken things, we are going to give each character a personality, something that I thought was kind of lacked in the first original 3 things. I'm not going to lie, in the draft of episode 4 that we have, Miguel does a really good job on showing the character development of Miguel, but however, everyone else, for some reason, really seems like a, you know, they just feel like supporting characters, like it's all about Miguel, but the problem is that why should it be focusing on one character? Like, you have all these other characters with all these other unique backgrounds. Why not give them a purpose? And that's what I'm going to try to aim for. I'm going to try to give Carson Hunter a purpose. I'm going to try to give Paul Diamante a purpose. And I'm going to try to even give Officer Ty a purpose, even though he's the sidekick of my cop thing. But trust me, I'm going to do something with Officer Ty that I've been like throwing around an idea with that honestly looks bad ass. All you need to know is that it is inspired by Captain America the Winter Soldier, which basically now all my ideas are inspired by that movie. But who knows, maybe later it could be inspired by Age of Ultron or Fury. That's a really good movie that's coming out. I recommend you guys watch it. Not advertising! Alright. Yeah, we're kind of aiming for character development. Now, obviously, if you just watch my other videos, Miguel, about how the rights work, you should already know, like, how I can use Miguel Escobar in Jailbroken and pretty much the entire Astonic League universe. But here's the thing, you keep saying that you don't want that. You only want it for the first episodes of the first 3 episodes of Cop Ops. Truth is that we're doing our own version of Jailbroken, and matter of the fact is that Jailbroken really is Miguel Escobar. We cannot make this thing without that one character. It's really just not doable. To take away that character is literally to take away the entire Jailbroken franchise. it would basically just be cop ops, and we kind of need him. But you, like I said, you can still use him, but like, figure out a way how to make both sides win, because I'll be willing to listen. Figure out a way how to make both sides win, and we can consider the idea on what will happen with Miguel Escobar, because as of right now, we are writing a script for the new Jailbroken Episode 4 video with this character. He is in it. But it is honestly up to you on how it would work, because you still own him, we want to use him too. And we, as I explained many times, how the rights work. If you watch the other two videos, you know how this works. However, as you stated that you wanted a certain percentage back, I want to say one thing. The percentage of the show does not just count characters. It's not like Paul Diamante is like 25% of the show, Officer Ty is like 50% of the show, blah 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 blah. It doesn't work like that. The characters that we own, Paul Diamante, Officer Ty, and sharing the rights with Carson Hunter, that's by itself 30%. The other 20% comes from the rights to use it in other universes, the rights to use the Jailbroken storyline, the rights to make our own storyline. That's 50% right there. Not to mention like the rights that we also have to use Miguel Escobar on the show. That's still 50%. The other 30% is marketing and advertising. That's where it all comes to play. So honestly, I am willing to work this thing out. I want to work this thing out because as of right now, we have just started. I'm not even kidding. We've been talking about this idea for like months now, but not months, weeks. But we just started development on the new episode of Jailbroken. Miguel is in it. Not the Miguel you know. We're still kind of working on how we're going to fix that. Who would, like, take his place. We're kind of working on it, but I'm going to comply to a couple things. We are not going to follow your storyline. We don't want to follow your storyline, and we never will follow your storyline. That is yours in your own separate universe. However, we are creating our own storyline which we can follow. I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure Cop Ops, that is a little bit more tricky to explain, and I'm almost out of time, so I will explain it in a different video how Cop Ops would work. However, our Jailbroken universe is separated from yours. Do whatever you want with it. And not only that, but you said it yourself, Miguel, and you had another idea when Nico would play, and you had an idea on what would happen with the cops. You explained that very well. You have Miguel. What I don't get is that just do your show. You have it. You can do it. Go. Do it, man. Nothing. I'm not stopping you. Go do your show. Because, like, it's not a matter of, like, I'm going to shut down your show because I own it. Because I don't own it. Do your show. 30% of it, the show, we pretty much just gave back to you. Because, like, now you own 50% of your show. We own 50% of the show. There. Alright, man? However, Miguel, that's pretty much the only other issue. We need this character. We're gonna use this character. You can still use that character as well. You can use Miguel. We can use Miguel. Just, like I said, do your own thing. Let us do our own thing. Let's just separate, alright, man? Because, like, you have your own studio now. Parentis Op Studios. I'm pretty sure Nico is with that studio. You and Nico can create your own little cinematic universe with Miguel. Do that. I don't care anymore. Except that now we also own that character, Miguel. Well, not really. We just own the screen rights. like I said a million times, let us do our own thing. We'll let you do your own thing. Peace.